Hey, if you have been looking for a little bit of extra guidance or support or insight as you plan your month of October, then this is the reading for you. Hi, it's Daire here. I am the Brain and Biz Coach here to help you bring the woo into what you do. I didn't actually plan to say that, but it has a nice ring to it. Anyway, this reading is here to help you get some guidance, structure your planning, and decide what to focus on or not to focus on over the month of October. Now, if you've never had a pick a card reading before, here's how it works. Right in front of me, I have 3 piles of cards. I'll move them in so you can see them a little bit better, with a crystal on top. What you will do is pick the crystal you are most drawn to, then scroll down into the description box and check out the timestamp. Then you will scroll right through to where that particular reading starts, watch that chunk, and then be on your way. So it's a really great way to get some insight fast without having to watch stuff that isn't necessarily for you. And on that note, because this is a reading for the collective, there may be parts of it that resonate more than others, and that is okay. Like, some of it will be like, yes, that clicks, that is so for me, and some might not be your jam. That is absolutely fine. Just take the parts that resonate and let go of what doesn't. So without further ado, let's get started. So your crystals of choice are red Jasper, Sodalite, and Moonstone. So go ahead, take a deep breath, pick the crystal that comes to mind first, scroll down to that description box and find your reading. So let's go ahead and start with our red Jasper group. Let's start by talking about this crystal. Now, red Jasper is a great rock for taking action and being decisive, and like having this like firm foundation in place, this like strong stance to start on. So if you're really drawn to red Jasper, it might be that this is a time for you to really focus on the behind the scenes elements of your business that are really helping stabilize you and prepare you for growth. So let's go ahead and look at the cards and see what they have to add. So first up, we have the 2 of Inspiration. Now, this is a card that is all about visioning, so about looking out into the distance at what you actually want to call into your life and into your business. So I highly recommend that you take some time at the beginning of the month of October, it's the start of a new quarter too, to really just daydream and to think about what you actually want. And it's so easy for all of us in business to get caught up in vanity metrics or in what sounds like a cool goal. But if you don't actually feel a connection to that thing, you're not going to see it through, you're not going to stay passionate about it, and you are not going to actually do the work. So take the time to tap into that vision and make sure it's actually yours. So next we have the reverse 3 of Inspiration. Now, this is very much about being mindful and discerning about what you're focusing your time and energy on. The energy of this card is like that first domino in the row that once you flick it, everything else falls into place. But if you're not being discerning about the action you're taking, then it's going to be a hot mess. You are not going to be guided towards the things that will help you call in this big vision. Next we have the 10 of Voices. Now, this card is all about surrender and letting go, and I know everyone always hates that advice. Nobody wants to leave their future up to the gods or anything, or like whatever you believe in, but it's an important part of the process. We can't control freak our way to success. There has to be an element of letting go. Now, if this is something that you struggle with, I highly recommend tapping as a way to release it. So tapping on themes of loosening your grip, letting go of control, surrendering, flowing, allowing what is meant to be to happen it's worked wonders for me in my business, so I definitely recommend you give that a go. Next we have citrine. So citrine is it's really abundant. So if you ever see citrine in crystal grids, if you love watching people's crystal grids on Instagram, as I do, then it's usually to do with calling in wealth and abundance. So an amazing stone to come up during a business reading. I feel like these cards are very much lining up together in a beautiful order. So first we have that getting clear on the big vision, then we have like being discerning about the action you're going to take, then we have letting shit go, just letting go of control, letting go of the things that don't serve you, letting go of the things that you don't need to be focusing your energy on, and then the result, which is this wealth and abundance. Let's look at what else we have. Beautiful. So the 5 of crystals, the little ladybird, is all about new possibility and new changes and new opportunities and new transformation. So again, really positive and a great result for all of this, like clarity and discernment and action taking. We also have the Queen of Shells, which is all about calm and peace and chill, which is amazing. I mean, who doesn't want more chill in their business and their life? I mean, I know I do. So again, this is a beautiful path that is leading to you to exactly where you want to be in your business. I love it. Next we have Paddy, which again, transformative card. So if you see these butterflies in the card, they are symbols for transformation. So again, like all of these cards are just lining up so nicely, and what this is telling me is that if you focus on the clarity, the discernment and the inspired aligned action, not just being busy for the sake of it, you are going to see the changes that you want to see. You are going to feel that chill, you're going to have that abundance. It is all going to be yours. You've just got to do your... So let's see what's next. So next we have Niyamas, and this came out in reverse. So what this tells me is that you need to be really mindful of taking that downtime. Now, we have all been told, trained, had ingrained in us that in order to achieve success, we have to work harder, we have to do more, we have to push, we have to sprint, we have to take action. And while all that is true, that should not be our constant everyday life. There is an element of taking action and an element of doing the work, but also there needs to be some downtime. There needs to be something that allows you to switch off, that allows you to relax, that allows your brain to recharge, because honestly, without that, you are not going to be able to continue to go. You're not going to be able to force anything to happen. You have to take that rest for yourself. Now, this will look different for everybody. It might be actual sleep, or it might be going outside and doing something different. It might be moving your body, it might be meditating, whatever. Like, you know yourself better than I do. Just think about what one thing you can do that will flip that switch, that will encourage you to just chill. Just chill for a few minutes every day. Find something that will help you chill. And chill is not mindlessly sitting on the couch watching Netflix, scrolling mindlessly again through your phone. It's something that will actively help you to rest and recharge. So think about that. Perfect. So this gives me a lot of insight actually into that last card. So the next one that's come up is retreat, and this is very much about being in nature and taking some time outside. So I want you to pair these two together and think about what you can do that is outside of your four walls to help you switch off and recharge. That could be a short walk with your dogs. It could be going and hugging a tree somewhere. It could be going and reading a book by the lake. It could be going for a swim in the lake, naked, who knows? But something outside, something where you can get the fresh air on your skin and you can breathe it in and just feel the nature around you. Even if you live in a city, just something outdoors. So if you picked the red jasper, I want you to hit the comments now and tell me one thing that you are going to commit to doing. How are you going to switch off outdoors? Tell me what it is. It can be something that takes 2 minutes of your time. I don't care, but pop it in the comments and let me know. And then last of all, we have shungite. So this is a gorgeous crystal for detoxing, and again for letting go of the things that don't serve us, just discarding them from our life, detoxing them, removing them so that they no longer hold us back or keep us weighted down. So if there's something in your life, whether that is in the form of a relationship, a project that you're working on, a service that you have been like staying attached to but you don't really love anymore, it's time to think about stripping them back and letting go of them. Because honestly, with this path that you are on, you are making the moves. You are gonna get that life and that business that you want, but not if you keep carrying around all of this dead weight that does not serve the vision. So let it go, let it go, let it go. Now, if this has resonated with you and you are feeling the vibe of these readings, I want you to go ahead and hit subscribe, because I'm going to be doing these every single month going forward. And if you want something a little bit more in depth and personalized, then I've also popped the link in the description to my one-on-one 90-day readings that go super in depth into every element of your business and life to cover a 3-month period of time. So like I said, the link to that is in the description box. Go check it out. And detox your life, babies. I will see you next month. Okay, group 2, it is time for your card selection. So those of you in group 2 picked Sodalite. Sodalite is the ultimate communication stone. It is perfect for finding the words. If you ever struggle to say what you need to say or communicate the way you would want to communicate, then Sodalite is a crystal to work with. I actually like to wear it around my neck whenever I start feeling stuck for words, or whenever I have a project or a campaign that involves a lot of communication. So this is the official crystal of all of my launches. It's something that I wear whenever I'm going to be really, really visible for an extended period of time. So that is an idea for you. But let's look at what the cards have to say. So, oh, lovely one to start up on, the 3 of materials. So this card is all about collaboration with this community that you built for yourself, and using this support network that you have to build something of beauty. And I feel really strongly that this is like a business thing. So if you have it might be people on your team or people that are in courses you've taken, your peers, that kind of thing, that will really help you to actually build something together. Or it could just be having a really solid group of biz besties to bounce ideas around with, to connect with, to just share the magic with and get feedback on whatever idea it is that you're feeling especially passionate about right now. Collaboration and building things together doesn't necessarily mean creating something together. It can just be like fulfilling that role for each other of the back and forth and the brainstorming and the co-creating for each other's businesses. Next we have the 4 of materials. Now this is a money card. So the materials tend to be very much about like the actual like material things in our life, so money. And what this card tells me is that you are surrounded by the opportunity for wealth and the opportunity for abundance and the opportunity to make money, but you're not necessarily seeing them. So you might not be paying attention to exactly what is all around you. It might be that you are so focused on making it happen in a certain way that you are just not aware of the other things in your field, the other opportunities that you could take up. So it's worth just looking at what's going on for you. Is there something that you are so laser focused on right now that it is making you blind to everything else? It's just worth having a little ponder. Next we have the 5 of Emotions. So this card often comes up if you are, I don't want to say dysfunctional, but emotionally dysfunctional in one extreme or the other. So either your emotions take you over completely and you just have no control at all over your mood or the way you show up, or in the other extreme is that you are so shut off from your emotions that you are like, yeah, you're just like numb to them, numb to your own emotions. So it's a reminder that as we build our businesses, as we connect with people, communicate with people, create amazing offers, sell those amazing offers, we cannot ignore the inner work. We need to still be cultivating that emotional landscape, because as the business owner, your business depends on your ability to show up, your ability to keep on going, your ability to stay in the zone. And you will not be able to do that if you're either living entirely in your emotions or avoiding them like the plague. So I want to really encourage you to take up some kind of practice that will just encourage you to feel your emotions and work with your emotions, but not be overtaken by them. So something that works amazingly well for me is journaling regularly. Tapping works too. Working with an energy healer can be great if there's anything like big and tricky that you need to navigate. You will find something that just clicks with your brain, and I would love to know what that is. So perhaps you already know, perhaps you already have a practice that really helps you in this way, but you've just been ignoring it. If that's the case, I want you to hit the comments and share. What are you going to do to make sure that you're working with your emotions and not fighting them? Next we have Rhodonite. So it's funny that this should come right after the emotions card, because Rhodonite is all about forgiveness. And in this case, it might be that you need to forgive yourself for the way that you have been operating. It might be that you've been self-sabotaging by like drowning in your emotions or by resisting them. And instead of beating yourself up about that, instead of making it mean something, there are ways that you can just let it go. Tapping is a great one for forgiveness, so I highly recommend checking out some tapping scripts. You can search on YouTube, there are a ton out there created by a ton of different people. Just go and look for something that speaks to you. It could also be that you need to find a way to forgive somebody in your life. It's very easy to hold on to past hurts, past issues, past sticky situations. I know I've done it myself, but what's that saying? It's like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. It is not helping you, it's not serving you, it's not going to help you build anything. It is simply going to drag you further into that swirling pit of negative emotions. So have a little bit of an audit of the relationships in your life. Are they serving you? Are they not serving you? Are there any emotional entanglements that you need to work through? If yes, you know what to do. Oh, I love this. So next we have the Panther, which is power and perseverance. I really love that, because this is more like an action taking card. We've like talked about the messy emotional stuff, and now it's about what you can do. So this is a card of a lot of focus and discernment. So it's about thinking about what will help you get closer to this abundant, affluent vision that you have for your business. What is it that you actually want to create with and in your business? And what small steps can you commit to that will allow you to do that? Again, it is not about taking action just for the sake of doing something. It is about making sure that everything you do, everything you commit to, is 100% aligned with the vision. So you got the Hare, but in reverse. So the Empress is all about abundance, and when it comes out in reverse, it simply means that there is something blocking it right now. And I feel like we've already talked about this a lot. So we've talked about the emotional work that you're avoiding that could really be the trigger to unlocking that abundance that you want. We've talked about relying on your connections and collaborating with people as a way to accelerate your vision, your goals. We've talked about taking like super aligned and discerning action, all of which will help turn that abundance the right way up. Next we have Atman. So this is a card of seeing. Again, discernment, seeing what's around you, seeing the opportunities that you have in your surroundings, seeing the connections that you have that are really there for you, the people who support you no matter what, who want you to do well. And I feel like this is a little bit of a theme across many of these cards. There may have been people in your past who did not have your best interests at heart. Not even necessarily that they actively wanted to sabotage you, but perhaps seeing you do well really like pushed a button for them, and so they didn't show up in like as their best self. That is normal. It's something that happens to a lot of people, but it's not in any way a sign that you can't trust people and that you can't rely on people and that people don't want to help you create what you want to create. So just spend some time looking at the connections in your life and look at those who really do support you and do want you to do everything that you are capable of, because I would hazard a guess that there are more of those than you think. Oh, I love this. Echoes. So Sita is very much about that compassion and love and support and feminine energy. So again, it's just a reminder to look at who you're surrounded with and be mindful of the people who genuinely do want to help you succeed. So next we have the self-love card, and I feel like this connects very much to these two that we've been looking at already, so the forgiveness and the emotional whirlpool. So taking some time just to take care of yourself is essential, and it's essential every month, but I think particularly this month of October, it's going to be really of benefit for you to just be intentional about this. So even if you commit to doing one act of self-love every day, however big, however small, you will see transformations by the end of the month. You will see epic transformations by the end of the month. And then last but not least, we have hematite, which is all about grounding. So it might be that these acts of self-love involve a lot of grounding. So getting outside, spending time in nature, taking bubble baths, like really connecting with the elements, and just resting, switching off from your devices and having some real intentional downtime. I would love to know what active self-care you could commit to today. So what can you do today that will enhance that feeling of self-love? Pop it in the comments and let me know. So if you have loved this reading, if it has resonated, then go ahead and hit subscribe, because I'm doing these every single month and I want you to be back here for our November reading just around the corner, 4 weeks away. So if this reading has resonated, I want you to go ahead and hit subscribe. I'm doing these readings every single month, and if you hit that subscribe button, you can be sure that you won't miss the next one. If you do want to go a little bit deeper, then I've popped the link to my one-on-one 90-day readings in the description box. So that is an opportunity to go even deeper into your life, into your business for the next 3 months. Like I said, 90-day readings specifically for you and your business. The link is in the description box. So last but not least, we have group number 3, our Moonstone group. So Moonstone is a crystal that always makes me think of the new. So new beginnings, new insights, new opportunities, new projects. So if you want that flood of new energy right now, then this is the perfect crystal for you. So let's take a look at what the cards have to say. So, this could not be more perfect. So first up, we have the Page of Inspiration, and this is actually all about a new creative project. So if you've had something on the cards, if you've had something in the back of your mind, if you've had something that's like a someday project, now is the time to revisit it, pull it out, dust it off, take a look at it and see, like, does it align with the vision you have right now? Does it mesh with where you want to be taking your business? If yes, let's start working on that baby. And then next we have the Knight of Materials, but in reverse. So usually the Knight of Materials is all about like having this slow and steady pace, doing things but doing them well and really building incrementally. But because it's in reverse, this is really all about that spark of the new project. So follow your enthusiasm, follow your excitement, and it might be about this new project or the old project that you've had on your mind, but really like take advantage of this momentum you are going to be feeling and just go, go, go. But be mindful of not burning yourself out, because the Knight of Materials is very much about creating sustainable success. So even though you will be riding the waves of your excitement and your inspiration and all of that good stuff, don't do it to the detriment of everything else in your life. Don't do it to the detriment of client delivery work or sleep or self-care or getting outside or eating properly, because if you do that, you are not going to love the results of this project, you are going to resent them. Then next we have the Nine of Emotions. So this card is very much about being present to the way you're feeling. So start paying attention to the way you feel physically and the way you feel emotionally and the way you feel energetically. And it might be a matter of just pausing a couple of times a day and writing down, I feel, fill in the blank. Because when you start keeping that record, when you start having that log, you can look back on what your like inner landscape is actually like on a day-to-day basis. And if you notice certain negative patterns, then you know exactly what to work on. If you notice positive patterns, you know exactly what to double down on. So just be aware of what is going on for you. Next we have tourmalinated quartz. Tourmalinated. I can never pronounce that. Quartz with tourmaline in it. So this card is all about getting out of your own way. So releasing the obstacles that you build for yourself. And I get it, we all do it. We all make things more difficult than they need to be. But this is the month for you to stop that shit. This is the month for you to stop making things harder than they need to be. Because actually, you can achieve everything you want to achieve in the most easy and effortless way. You just have to choose that. And it might be that you need to go through a period of discarding all the advice you've been given in the past, or at least the parts that don't resonate with you, because we've all done so much training, we've taken so many courses, we've worked with so many experts, and a lot of the lessons that we've learned are amazing and transformative and have really like shaken up the way we do business. But a lot of them do not click with us, and that's because no one piece of advice works for everybody. That's okay. So you get to be discerning and choose the parts that you keep and choose the parts that you let go of. So do that. Spend some time reviewing the way you work and be the CEO, be the boss, be the person who chooses what gets to stay in your workflow and what doesn't. Perfect. So next we have the Clarity card. So again, this is about getting clear on what works for you and what absolutely does not. If something feels like pure effort, if something is sticky, if you resist doing whatever this thing is, then this is your permission slip to just ditch that shit. Let it go. Stop trying to do it. Stop trying to force yourself to do work that you hate. We did not start businesses for that. I promise I did not fake this and put all of these cards together. But next we have the Three of Feathers, which is all about releasing. So again, letting go of all of these things, all of these extra steps that are just pure unnecessary, that do not really affect the results that you're getting, that do not really feel good, that do not really inspire you, let it all go. Next we have the Ajna card. So this is all about really learning to trust your own intuition. So it lines up perfectly with these other cards that are all about letting go. So if we're letting go of all of the bits that don't serve us, that don't serve the vision, that are just getting in the way and making things boring or stressful or whatever, this card is all about picking the parts that we stick with, following your own intuition, your own gut, your own like inner self, that voice in your head that knows how you work best and how you want to show up. Follow that, follow those nudges, because they will not serve you wrong. Perfect. And then we have the Dharma card, which is all about living your purpose and living on purpose. So what that tells me is that if you follow the project that is really inspiring you, and if you do it in a way that is just exciting and gives you momentum while also taking care of yourself energetically, if you let go of all of the shit and start following your intuition, then you will be living on purpose. You will be doing the work that you're meant to do in the way you are meant to do it, and it'll feel fucking easy. Next we have the Sacred Wisdom card, which is very much connected to your intuition and your Dharma. So again, this is just confirmation that you need to let go of all of the shoulds that do not serve you and follow what excites you, what feels like a hell yes, and just go with those things. And then last but not least, we have Iolite. So Iolite is typically about shifting your money mindset. And what I feel like is going to come up for you this month as you are letting go of all of these lessons that actually don't serve you, is that you're going to start feeling like, okay, but if I don't do that thing anymore, then I'm not going to make the money, I'm not going to have the success, I'm not going to have XYZ. And that is not true. So what you are going to need to do is just find a way to reinforce that it is possible for you to make the money that you desire, while also working in a way that you enjoy, on projects that excite you, with steps that inspire you instead of make you feel like bored or sticky and resistant. So this might involve something like tapping or journaling. Those are two tools that really, really work for me. But I highly encourage you to follow your intuition and pick alignment practices that really like click with you and your brain and your way of working. But what I would love for you to do is to hit the comments and tell me what you are going to do to cultivate this like success mindset, so that you feel like competent and capable and confident when it comes to letting go of the old strategies that do not serve your vision or the way you want to work. So hit the comments and share that. Tell me what you're going to do to take care of yourself, because I want to know. If you've loved the vibe of this reading, then I definitely want you to go ahead and hit subscribe. I'm doing these readings every single month and I don't want you to miss out, so subscribe now. And if you would like to go even deeper, then I am actually doing a handful of one-on-one 90-day readings. So what that is an opportunity to go way deep in a one-to-one way into your life and into your business for a span of 3 months. So we will look at so much stuff in that time. Anyway, the link to that is in the description box also, so go check it out. Thank you for everyone who has watched this today. I am so thrilled to be here doing my first pick a card reading, and I can't wait to be back here next month with more of the same. Thank you for watching. I will see you soon.